we're in Romans 18 and verse 5, and it said, when Silas and Timotheus were come from Macedonia, Paul was pressed in the spirit and testified to the Jews that Jesus was Christ. So he had to go to unbelieving Jews to convince them that Christ was the Messiah before they could go any further?
Yeah, okay. Now, this kind of will tie in a little bit to Lynn's question. One of the things you've got to remember is back here at Pentecost, for example, the way Peter preached Christ is not how Paul preached Christ.
Right.
Paul is preaching faith in the death, burial, and resurrection.
Okay.
Peter was preaching to Israel that Christ was their coming Messiah.
Now, didn't they have to believe that as a Jew before they would accept the death, burial,
This
resurrection?
is why it was so big in the Gospels to believe in the name of Jesus. Paul never talks about having faith in the name of Jesus. He talks all about having faith in the work of Jesus. And it's a whole different way of looking at Jesus' work, okay? And that's because you've got to remember, Israel had been promised, your king is coming, your Messiah is coming, the Christ, the Son of God, the seed of David, and all this. He's coming for you to set up your kingdom promised, all this stuff. All of a sudden, he's here.
And they still killed him.
And they still killed him. They didn't believe it. They didn't even believe that he was the Messiah. This is why also after his resurrection, that's really where the rubber met the road, because they had to trust that he rose from the dead, and that there was a lot there.
Right.
But maintain, again, that's another one of those areas you got to maintain discipline.
Right.
Did they really preach it different? And yes, when you look at it, they really did preach it differently. And so Peter at Pentecost, man, he was preaching hellfire and brimstone. You bunch of crazed murderers, you did it. You killed the dude we've been waiting on for centuries. You killed him. And Peter's over here Paul's over here going, they killed him. It's a whole different set. I'm kind of doing that a little tongue-in-cheek, but you know what I'm saying. It's good news out here. Back here it's bad.
Yeah.
You killed the king, You killed our king, our representative, So, all right. Any other questions? Rita? I put you to sleep with my long answer to Lynn's question, didn't I? That was a good question. And I know, that's like your question, Let's take a break and get some coffee. Let's get it working through these channels. Get the brain working.